Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In today's episode, the new outlet mall opened in Daytona Beach in time for holiday shopping. Volusia County has beach and inlet park passes available, and the 2017 Daytona Beach Half-Marathon unveils its newest race hardware. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. Shoppers and local dignitaries are celebrating the opening of the new Tanger Outlets in Daytona Beach.
3, 2, 1.
The grand opening was held a week before Thanksgiving, just in time for Black Friday and the kickoff of the holiday shopping season.
The Tanger team, our partners, and the Daytona Beach community all were up to the challenge. I extend a huge thank you for all of you for your hard work in moving this project forward on time and hopefully under budget.
The $100 million Tanger Outlets regional shopping destination is located at the LPGA Boulevard exit off of Interstate 95. More than a year ago, the Volusia County Council was unanimous in its support for the $2.25 million in funding to the Tomoka Town Center Community Development District, which was dedicated toward public infrastructure such as roads, sidewalks, and stormwater improvements.
What an honor it is to stand up here and represent the business community and welcome Tanger here to the community. Many wondered if it was possible to complete this project in this very aggressive time frame. With nearly 400 construction jobs created as a result of the development, we are pleased to be able to celebrate Mr. Tanger's vision and participate in this wonderful opening today. Tanger Outlet Mall complements our area, already rich with activities to attract visitors and enhance the quality of life for our residents. It provides us with a sense of place where we can gather as a community for the many events and promotions they have planned, and it allows us to showcase our region as a premier shopping destination.
When you walk around here, you can tell, the attention to detail, architecturally just beautiful centers, but it's not even just creating that kind of a shopping destination. Tanger also is the best community partner you could ask for, and this is coming from experience where we have talked to people in all of the different cities where we've opened centers, and truly they stick to the commitment that they've given to you guys. They'll be a fantastic community partner.
Today, on this beautiful sunny morning, I see a vibrant center full of the best brand and designer names, outlet stores available any place in the world.
In addition to the hundreds of full-time and part-time jobs that will be created by this $100 million project, it seems clear that Volusia County will enjoy more visitors as Tanger Outlets become a destination shopping choice for consumers in the region and from around the state.
November 18th, for me, will forever be remembered as Tanger Day. And this is a seminal moment in the history of Daytona Beach as we continue our great trek towards being one of the greatest destinations in all of America. I will always remember where I was and what I was doing on this day, and I will always, always remember the quality of this investment and the fact that Mr. Tanger delivers. Thank you, and welcome to Daytona Beach.
The $100 million capital investment for Tanger Outlets, in combination with other projects projected for the Tomoka Town Center development, is estimated to contribute over $50 million to the county's general revenue fund over the next 30 years. For 2017, Volusia County has revamped its annual beach and county inlet parks passes, making them renewable, so the toll attendants will no longer need to scrape old passes off of windshields each year.
Part of the feedback that we got from last year's Beach Pass rollout was that it took too long in line. So we kind of went with a new concept. Just like your memberships where they automatically renew and you just pay in advance, we now have a renewable beach pass, so we don't have to keep scraping off of windshields every year. It will eventually save us time in the line to get to the beach.
The new passes are designed to last several years, can be mounted on the exterior of the windshield, making it tint-friendly, and are more user-friendly to renew annually, saving beachgoers time in line at the entry ramps. Residents and visitors with 2016 written on their beach or county inlet parks passes are asked to remove the sticker from the windshield before going to a toll booth location to purchase their new renewable annual pass. If it states renewable on the pass, well, congratulations, you already have a renewable pass. Once a renewable pass is purchased, annually residents or visitors can simply drive their favorite toll booth or park location, purchase another year, and the collector will scan the existing sticker and the pass will be renewed.
We also received a little bit of feedback from some patrons that the interior mounting beach pass was harmful to their tint that they may have on their windshield. So we took that under advisement, we improved upon it, and now the new renewable beach passes will mount on the exterior of your windshield so that your tint stays perfect.
In addition, now residents or visitors can go online to VolusiaBeachPass.com to renew their pass 24 hours a day. The 2017 annual beach passes are $25 for Volusia County residents and $100 for non-residents. The passes are non-transferable between vehicles and provide access onto the beach. Renewable county inlet parks passes are $20 for residents and visitors. The 2017 annual beach and county inlet parks combo passes are $45 for residents and $120 for visitors. For people who have a permanent handicap plate or disabled veterans plate, the renewable annual combo pass for the beach and county parks is available for free. For more information or to purchase the passes, please visit VolusiaBeachPass.com. Here's a look at some events happening around Volusia County. For more events and county news, visit volusia.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
It's all about that bling. And for runners in the 2017 Daytona Beach Half-Marathon, there will be plenty of sparkle to show off. Volusia County government and Daytona International Speedway, who are partnering again to bring this Daytona Beach Half-Marathon to Daytona Beach in 2017, have unveiled this year's medal. The 2017 Half-Marathon medal features the familiar red running shoes of the race logo dangling in front of a crested wave and incorporates an iconic image of Daytona International Speedway with crossed checkered flags. Lap the Track participants also will receive a finisher medal unique to the 5K event. Looking for even more perks? Register to take on the Speedway Challenge. New this year, the Speedway Challenge encompasses both the half-marathon and a 5K in one day. Competitors will run the half-marathon either individually or as a two-person relay and complete the 13.1 miles in time to participate in the 5K beginning 3 hours after the start of the half. Along with bragging rights, Speedway Challenge participants will receive a unique third finisher medal in addition to the half-marathon and the Lap the Track finisher medals, as well as a specialized jacket. In addition to the one-of-a-kind medals, the Daytona Beach Half-Marathon course is like no other. Not only do runners begin and end inside the famed racetrack, taking the checkers at the most recognizable finish line in sports, but the course also takes participants to the hard-packed sands of the beach where racing got its start. With such a unique course, it's easy to see why the race was named one of the 7 scenic half-marathons in America by Active.com. County Manager Jim Deneen, a longtime runner, believes the 2017 event offers an unparalleled experience for runners of all levels.
For most runners, the more sort of complex the route is to a certain degree that you see more and have a different experience, okay, running both ways is even more exciting. So what we're looking at is a new track that runs you out of the speedway and takes you through these beautiful neighborhoods in Daytona Beach and runs you all the way down by Jackie Robinson Ballpark. So that's going to be really cool. We're going to do all of the food, probably all of the awards in an area that's inside the garages. So you get the experience of the speedway. You're going to get the experience, though, of where they actually have the pits, where the garages are for the cars. But the beauty of this is, if it's chilly out, which it could be that morning, we'll have them heated. Now, what really takes it to a whole nother level is that we have the 5K at 10:30. Well, you say, why 10:30? First of all, it makes it even nicer in that time of the year. It'll never get really hot. I also think that it makes it easier for a lot of people that want to run the 5K, who in a lot of cases, it depends. That attracts a larger group of people, some of which are people that are starting out running, so they may not be as fast or whatever. What's nice is that the temperature could be a little warmer. So they'll feel more comfortable. And also it's a way where you can run one race and your partner can run a different one. You can do it all in one day. Or, for example, you get somebody who wants to do the challenge, or if they don't challenge, they'll wait to that day and run both races. You could have somebody that runs the half marathon and then runs with you, like their spouse or their partner, when they run the 5K. It is going to be a ball.
Regular registration runs through January 31st with pricing for the half marathon at $85, $75 for the half marathon relay, $35 for the 3.1 mile lap the track, and $145 for the Speedway Challenge. If you'd like to be part of the event but aren't a runner, volunteer opportunities are always available. For more information on the Daytona Beach Half Marathon or to register, you can visit DaytonaBeachHalf.com. The Volusia County Library System has more than just books. Here's a look at upcoming programs happening at our branches. For more library events, visit volusialibrary.org.
Get ready to start your engines for the Daytona Beach Half-Marathon. February 5th, experience the race that takes you to the Speedway Beach and back. Start at the World Center of Racing's flat asphalt track, through beautiful Daytona Beach, over the Halifax River, onto the hard-packed sands of the world's most famous beach, then back to Daytona International Speedway for a checkered flag finish. Register online at DaytonaBeachHalf.com.
Today on Community Health Matters, Dr. Holly Smith gives us insights and tips on staying healthy during this year's flu season.
It's something we do several times a day without even thinking that it could save a life. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, hand washing is one of the most effective ways to avoid getting sick. And at this time of the year, it also can prevent spreading the flu. Community Health Nursing Director Denise Ayers.
The flu will stay on the door handles, on keyboards, on cell phones. So wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands.
There's a science, if you will, to washing your hands correctly. First, turn on the water, soap up, and wash all parts of your hands, the front, the back, between your fingers, and even under the nails. To make sure you're leaving the soap on long enough to kill the germs, Nurse Ayers says to sing the happy birthday song. Consider singing that in your head if you're at work. Finally, dry your hands and use a dry towel to turn off the faucet. This way you are not touching dirty surfaces with clean hands. It's not just your hands that need to be washed. You can pick up germs from surfaces like countertops and door handles, to name a few. Wipe those down with a disinfectant. Here are a few more tips. Keep your distance when you are sick. Keep your distance from others who are sick. Don't shake hands with people who are sick. And cough or sneeze into a tissue. If you don't have a tissue, do it like a vampire. That means cough into your elbow to trap the germs. And if you want to keep the germs from infecting you, keep your hands away from your nose, your mouth, and your eyes. Okay, hypothetically, let's say you have a fever, body aches, chills, you're tired, and it all came on suddenly. Well, you just may have the flu.
You want to stay home, you don't want to go to work, even though you're dedicated, you want to stay at home, you want to not expose anybody else. And if you don't feel better in a couple of days, you might need to go to the doctor because you might have a secondary bacterial infection which can be treated.
All right, here is the bottom line. Experts say if you don't want to get the flu this year, you have to get a flu shot, and you can do that at all Florida Department of Health locations right here in Volusia County. For times, call the department. Call 386-274-0509. That's 274-0509, and select option 1. For the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County, I'm Dr. Holly Smith.
It's time to head into the studio and join in on the conversation with the Director of Community Information, Joanne Magley.
Well, the holiday season is here, which brings with it lots of shopping and lots of festivities and parties. Law enforcement will be very diligent this year, looking for unsavory people who prey on distracted holiday shoppers and motorists that may have had too much to drink. So with us in the studio today to talk about public safety is Lieutenant James Day of the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. And
thank you for being here. So let's talk about the big picture. With the holidays, it can be a hectic time. People decorating their homes, they get distracted. What are some of the basic information tips, safety tips you want to give people about not being too busy to recognize what's going on around you?
Very good question, and the biggest one that I can recommend from a safety standpoint is take a deep breath and relax. Enjoy the holidays. I know you get wrapped up and you need to get this done, that done, but your number one priority should be your safety and your family's safety and having a safe and enjoyable holiday.
So are the holidays in general, do we normally see a spike in crime?
Can't really say a spike, but we do have more crimes of opportunity. These are our criminals that will take advantage of our citizens because they are so wrapped up in their activities. They forget to lock the doors or forget to hide the packages in their car. So these are the people that are watching you, and I'm going to be asking our citizens to watch for themselves and look out for these people.
So as far as taking advantage of people, you know, this is the giving time of year, and a lot of times going in and out of stores or even things in the mail, you get these asks for donations, and sometimes though these can be scams. So what advice do you give people before they dig into their wallet?
Before I give money, one, I want to know what company or what organization is asking for my information, and then I want a callback number. If they're willing to give you a callback number, then you can verify who they are. And one of the things that we're finding with these types of scams are the play on words. Whereas you'll be wanting to give money to the Salvation Army, but there'll be a spin-off of that. And one of the things I really want to caution folks, if they ask you to go and make a purchase with a debit card from a store, that's a red flag. And at the end of the day, if your stomach starts gnawing at you and you don't feel good about it, don't do it. There are too many reputable organizations that will be glad not to take your money, but also give your money as what you're looking for to support the community.
Yeah, and that's probably the key, is to stick with the organizations that you're already familiar with, and then you're probably in good hands there. So you mentioned shopping and people not necessarily hiding the things that are in their car. They're keeping things out in plain sight. When we're shopping, we're busy, we're distracted. What can people do to make sure that they don't become a victim because they're not paying attention to their surroundings? What tips do you have for them?
One, I'd like for them to shop during the daytime. Daytime hours if possible. Now granted, it gets a little darker quicker, so take a friend with you. Park as close as you can up to the store. Make sure you hide your presents or your packages in your trunk is preferred, or at least throw a blanket over them. The number one thing is get your phone, get your face out of the phone. Have it in your hand. I don't want you to put it in your purse because in case you need me, I want you to be able to dial 911. Look at where you're at and where you're going. You have the phone in your hand, but there's no reason to text between point A to point B.
Yeah, and I think having a buddy is a good point too. I mean, I love to shop with a friend or with my husband, and you're just, you're probably not the target that a criminal would be looking for if you're with somebody versus if you're by yourself.
Correct.
So along with shopping, along with that theme, there's a lot of credit card theft that can go on in the shopping season. What advice do you have to help people prevent their information from being stolen during this time of year?
Whatever you're doing, make sure you try to hold on to your credit card. And if you must give your credit card to a cashier or to a waitress, keep an eye on your credit card and notice how long they're gone, so that way you can see if something's going on. When you're actually making an in-store purchase, make sure no one's standing over top of you. And the biggest one is cover the information up. Place your hand over the keyboard so they can't see what keys are tapping in. And the other one is when you're buying gas, make sure you go to a reputable business, one that's preferably open 24 hours, because with 24-hour gas stations, the less likely to be a target than those that are closed. And finally, purchase your gas with the interior, so that way those that are monitoring the store can look out and see the pumps without having to look to the far left or to the far right.
All right, that's good information there. So getting away now from shopping and personal safety there, the holidays are a time where people are celebrating. Usually, in some cases, there's some alcohol involved. And drinking and driving, we know, does not mix. So what words of advice do you have for people before they get behind the wheel, and for people who are driving that need to be aware of the other people that are out there that might have had something to drink?
We recognize folks are going to partake. That's part of the holiday season. But what we ask is that you please designate a designated driver if you choose to go that route. If you choose to have it at your house, make sure you govern who comes to your house, because you do have a legal responsibility. If they were to leave your house intoxicated, civilly and potentially legally, you could be responsible for these folks. So encourage them to stay and or limit what they have. We will have additional resources out during this time. We don't want to take you to jail per se, but more importantly, we don't want you hurting someone else. And that's the number one thing. And if you see someone intoxicated, please get off the road. Try to get as much information about the vehicle as you can and call 911. But we do not want you following them or trying to take any law enforcement action. Let us do that. Just pass the information on.
So you mentioned beefed up patrols. At what time during the holiday season typically do you have more law enforcement out on the roads?
Typically at night, but again, it's all about what the neighborhood or the area needs at that point.
And is it also maybe the first part of the month of December, or is it?
Anytime during the holiday season.
Okay. Okay. So not only does alcohol play a part in possible accidents and safety, but the holidays are also stressful on people. And, we have issues with road rage when there's not a holiday going on. What do you advise people as far as looking out for motorists who might just be dangerous because of their state of mind?
Correct. And again, we do not ask for you to engage these individuals. don't stoop to their level. They have done something that is stupid. You can't fix stupid. So don't go to that level. Keep the upper hand. If they do something, just let them go. Call it in. Give as much information as you can. Don't follow them. Don't engage them, because if they're willing to do it in a car, what will they do when they get out? It's just not worth it.
Right.
Enjoy the holidays. Your safety is #1, followed by your family. Because if something bad happened to you, then your family is not going to have a good holiday too.
Right.
So just let it go. It's not worth it.
And like you said, you can always report something. If you see something that looks dangerous, by all means, get as much information as you can. Call 911 to report the dangerous situation, but
and
but
if
don't
you
engage.
happen to have one of these folks following you, then call 911 and drive to one of our district offices or your local PD, wherever you happen to be. Because once you pull in that police officer, that police parking lot, they'll go on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So holidays coming up, kids will be getting out of school, and it's a good reminder to motorists to be extra careful, because it's out of our element. We're used to the kids being back into school now, and all of a sudden we're going to have an influx of kids back in the community. What do you want to talk about
new
with
bicycles, skateboards, skates, everything else. But I want to also tell my families that are giving out these gifts to their kids that it's a golden opportunity to give them about their safety and their responsibilities for my driving public. I want my public to pay attention, but it's a twofold hand. It takes both of us. It takes the family as well as the traveling motorist to keep an eye on our kids.
All right. Well, Lieutenant James Day with the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, thank you so much for providing this important public safety information.
Thank you.
Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osmond, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.